What up everybody, this is Stevie Breach coming to you, and I thought I would do a DVD review on my favorite pay-per-view of all time. With SummerSlam coming up, every year I have to pop this in because honestly, like I said, this is my favorite of all time. This is from my SummerSlam box set. Unfortunately, I don't collect the VHS, Coliseum home videos from back in the day. I know a lot of people out there do, and I honestly do look at you like you are a true fan. But to me, I'd just be scared if I went out and I bought, an old school VHS, for $15, $20, whatever they cost. They can go as high as $100 for some events. I just think that, what if the VCR ate it, this, that, or the other? DVD is much cleaner technology. You don't really hear about DVD players eating DVDs or breaking them, this, that, and the other. So I just stick with DVDs. So from this, it comes out of the SummerSlam box set. One of the better box sets they've come out with. A pretty cool design of the cool lunchbox series. Most of the time you can see this go for as low as $100. Most of the time it's that $120 to $150 range. You pop that sucker open. It's got a cool icebox sort of look to it. And my favorite one comes from the first series there. It's got 4 sets before it closes. Pretty cool. And this is a box that doesn't look like it's gonna break. I did a DVD review, on the Royal Rumble box, and I just hated it because the box is actually ripping apart. This box is from '08, I guess, and it seems like it's held up for the past 4 years. But here is the actual box for the Volume 1 anthology of '88 through '92. Very cool. You got DiBiase, you got the Warrior and Rude, Hogan, Mr. Perfect, Bret Hart, and Davey Boy. Pretty much the biggest stars of that time at that point. But you open it up, it's got beautiful artwork of everybody in there. And when you go to the inside, is what I think is the coolest design on here, is you pretty much have the card and the disc all in one. The WrestleMania sort of had them all in there like that, but I like how this comes out of the top. But for my favorite one of all time is disc 4, 1991 Survivor Series. Pretty easy how the disc slides in and out, pretty well labeled. Everything's on one disc. If you're watching this, they don't cut any of the old school commercials. They keep on showing a pay-per-view commercial called the Hot Ticket for the All-American Hulk Hogan pay-per-view that is coming out, which I do believe is a VHS that's out there somewhere. I don't believe it's in the Hulkamania series, but it's just a separate one. And it said it just kept on saying that it was going to give you all the inside information on your favorite star, Hulk Hogan of all time. SummerSlam 91 has got the makings of a good card. They try to feature everybody on the whole roster, top to bottom. Just about everybody's on there. Lots of segments in between those with the hinting of Sergeant Slaughter recruiting Sid Justice to join his team. Sid Justice is going to be doing the guest referee for the Match Made in Hell match later that night, and they're just trying to see if he's a heel. For some reason, WCW let Sid Justice leave WCW. He honestly in 1991 was one of the budding stars of WCW and easily could have rode that company into the future. I really don't know the backstory on why they let him go, but there's no way in the world I would let that guy go. I mean, that guy was awesome, and he had his problems that popped up later in his career, but in 91, I mean, WCW, that was just the first sign of them not having any faith in moving forward as a wrestling company, because that guy easily, I mean, they do the post down at the end of the event with Hulk Hogan, and that guy looks bigger than Hogan. That guy just, to me, had money written all over him, and why he wasn't as big a star as he was made no sense to me. After that, you get the main event. You get Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior against Sergeant Slaughter, Colonel Mustafa, and General Adnan. This is all over the Iraqi war situation, Desert Storm. Very good angle that they ran throughout the year. As you can remember, Ultimate Warrior was your champion, went into the Royal Rumble. He lost to Sergeant Slaughter because the Macho Man, freaking yeah, 88 cried after that. Warrior went on to fight Savage in a retirement match at WrestleMania that he won, and then Savage turned into a face after that with Miss Elizabeth. We brought on the wedding later. Hogan beat Hogan beat Slaughter at WrestleMania, captured the title, and they kept this feud going until it was after SummerSlam is when they started to kill off the Slaughter figure, and then they moved him towards the United States guy again, which was just pretty cool that they would turn this guy into a massive heel, and then WWE would invest so much in Sergeant Slaughter, to turn him face, so that, people wouldn't think of him as the Iraqi soldier for the rest of his career. After that, you get the big pose down. You don't know which way Sid Justice is going to go. Is he going to go face? Is he going to go heel? You get that tease throughout the whole match. Hogan and Warrior win. That's no big surprise. And then you get the big pose down, like I said, with Hogan and Sid Justice later on. That brings on SummerSlam 1991. To me, is my favorite pay-per-view of all time. I might be a little biased. This is one pay-per-view that a guy at my dad's work recorded, and we had it on 2 VHSs. For some reason, it didn't fit onto one, and the VHS would always break off during the IRS and Greg the Hammer Valentine match, and so I would always be flipping back and forth. Sometimes I would just watch the main event. Sometimes I would start from the beginning and watch it all the way through. But I have big time memories. SummerSlam 1991 is a hard one to top, but honestly, from 88, 89, 90, those are all great ones to pick as well. But SummerSlam 91, best pay-per-view of all time. If you've never watched this, I definitely guarantee you find some way to watch it. Either pick it up on this or buy the Coliseum. Those are the only two ways I can think of, but best pay-per-view of all time.